Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so what do you do when someone tells you, and you can use this actually in copy or in face-to-face or over the phone sales? What do you do when someone says, "Hey, I'll think about it. Let me come back to you." From my experience, especially, I kind of got this more because I used to do a lot of cold calls, and so when you do that type of stuff, you really get a good idea of why people say the things they do, and it's a lot easier. If you want to be a good copywriter, go make like 1,000 cold calls, and you'll learn a lot. Okay, so the 3 reasons really why I've discovered that people don't buy from you initially if they're saying, hey, I'll come back to you, or let me think about it, or whatever. It's because, one, they're a little intimidated by you. You may have come on too strong. This sometimes happens with me, which is why I have to like back off a little bit. Or 2, they, there's something like that. They don't want to let you down. Maybe they look up to you. So a lot of times when you're selling, people like people who are like themselves or who are like how they'd like to be. So if you're trying to sell somebody and maybe you're like how they would like to be, many times they just don't want to disappoint you. So they don't want to say no. So they'll say, you know what? Let me come right back to you. Right. So there's 2 reasons right there. So 1, they may be intimidated by you. 2, they may just not want to let you down. And the 3rd reason, many times because you just haven't addressed the single biggest question that is going to make them say yes. And so usually what I say, and I'll address this in my copy actually, I'll pretty much, I don't know exactly what the copy will be, but something along the lines of, hey, I totally understand a lot of times people want to go ahead and think about this decision. And from my experience, whenever I've been a consumer, it's basically been for 3 reasons. 1, because they're intimidated by the offer, by me, or whatever it is. They don't want to let the salesman down. They don't want to let whoever it is down. Or there's just one thing that hasn't really been answered yet. And so now I'm going to step back and put this into a phone situation. Whenever I ask that in person or over the phone, I'll usually say, so which one of those 3 things is it? Is it something that I said? You don't want to let me down? Or is there something just I haven't addressed yet that you really want answered? And then once you get to that, it's a really good way to handle that objection, address it, and then go ahead and re-ask for the close. And you can do that again in copy. So a lot of times we forget that salesmanship in print is the old kind of definition of copywriting, and that's really what we have to get back to, I think. So if you're having some issues with your closing and copywriting, practice doing it in person, doing it over the phone, or even role-playing it, and I know you'll get a lot better. Hopefully that helps, guys. Ciao.